Greetings, Ranger fans. I'm Bryan Montgomery, joined today by the head coach of the Jesuit Ranger football program, Bryan Hickman, as we head into week 2 of the season. The Rangers set to take on the Plano East Panthers on Friday. Coach, before we turn our attention to Friday's contest against the Panthers, we'll start off against week 1's win over Arlington Bowie, a huge win for the program, complete contrast to last year. You've had a couple of days to really go through, digest the film, and really take a close look to what went so well in that ball game. I guess looking at it a few days outside the fact, what do you think were the key components of the Rangers' win?
I think the main thing, was we controlled the ball offensively. I think we had the ball for 35 minutes on offense, and on defense we're only in the field for 12 minutes, so that was very helpful. Our defense played very well. I thought our coaches had a great game plan. The kids tackled well. We could still improve in that area, and then also up front on the offense, line-wise, we could still improve blocking-wise. But all in all, I was happy with the game. Pleased that the kids came out with a lot of energy. I felt like we had a lot of momentum going into halftime, and then coming out in the second half with that onside kick, I thought played a big role in the game and really shifted the momentum.
Yeah, and you mentioned the onside kick was a big key component. Jake Polish doing everything he could with the offense was a big key component. But that defense is one of the aspects of the team that was really overlooked in the whole scheme of things. A lot of quarterback pressures, a lot of breakups from passes out to wide receivers. You mentioned that defensive game plan. I mean, what was it when they were going into the game? Just keep the pressure up on the opponents?
Yeah, I think, anytime, we want to try to pressure the other team. And I think at times we were making their player, their quarterback, try to make some decisions, and it was hard for times because we were disguising some things as far as coverage and blitzes. And, our kids just, they knew the game plan. I thought they went out and executed it pretty flawlessly defensively. But, we told the kids, we still got things to improve on. Offense and defense and special teams, some alignment stuff that we need to get right. But for the first game, I was very pleased. And, beating a good opponent in Arlington Bowie, they've always been a top team in the area. And so that was a big confidence builder for our kids that we can play with anybody if we just come to play in all 3 phases of the game.
Yeah, so now looking ahead at Plano East, last year the Rangers and Panthers battled in a back-and-forth affair that really came down to the final waning seconds. Just looking at that game before we head into this upcoming Fridays, that was really the moment where the Rangers got themselves back into the winning ways, getting the momentum established for the 2014 season. What was the big point of emphasis in that game?
You're talking about last year's game was just, we just trying to make a play there at the end to win it. And, we had a young man that got in there late in the game and had an interception to win the game. But, we're a different team and they're a different team. And, we're looking forward to this season and this game match up against these guys. I think they're better than they were a year ago, and I think we might be better in some areas than a year ago. We just got to go out and execute the game plan. We've had a great week of practice. I feel like our practice this week has been better than last week. And then just go out and play, have fun. It's a non-district game. We want the kids to go out and have fun and execute at a high level and enjoy themselves out there.
And looking specifically at the game heading into Friday, Miko Smalls had himself a really strong week 1, passing for over 100 yards, 12 for 18 in completions. For Jake Polish, as we mentioned before, the marshal of this Ranger offense, is that kind of the momentum again for this upcoming week to just make sure that the Rangers control the clock, control the flow of the game, and with Polish, of course, being kind of the anchor for that momentum.
Yeah, Jacob came in this year, and he it wasn't like it was his first varsity start. I thought he came out and was very poised and played very well, and didn't try to do too much. I think that's the biggest thing as a quarterback is don't force things, and I thought he controlled the game very well. That's our game plan each week is to try to control the ball. You want the ball more than the other team, obviously, so they don't score points, but you got to be able to move the chains as well, and that was something we were able to do. We have to be able to move the chains Friday night, keep being consistent with getting first downs, and then also scoring. And I was pleased the other night we got in the red zone, I think 5 times and scored all 5 times, which is kind of unheard of at times, but that's what we want to do. We want to score touchdowns and not kick field goals.
Coach, thank you so much, and good luck on Friday.
All right, thank you very much.
And Ranger fans, be sure to keep it locked into JesuitRangers.org for all of your up-to-date Rangers info.